Okay, guys, hey, welcome in to another edition of the Regular Guys Daily DFS Fantasy Show. I am David. Welcome to the jungle, and we're ready for another edition of today's Pick Six on the Regular Guys Show. A lot of stuff to get into today, guys, and if you've been following this channel at all, you know that I'm also trying to work in my daughter's graduation tomorrow. So again, this video once again is later than I wanted to drop it, but it worked out good in a couple of ways because we've gotten quite a bit of news that I wouldn't have had if I would have made it earlier. But anyway, before I get started, if you do me a favor, if you're getting anything out of these videos at all, if you like watching, if you like hearing what I have to say, if you would hit the like button down there, I would sure appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. That way you get notified every time we put out new videos. Also, give me a follow on Twitter, at SandoDFS. We've been doing a contest right now. Either leave a comment down below, like William did yesterday, or follow me on Twitter, and if you retweet the post that we put out referencing the Daily Regular Guy show here, we're having a drawing for $25 in DFS dollars. So retweet it when you see it come out. Leave a comment down below. We did get a great comment yesterday that I want to start off with today. First of all, who am I? Who is the Regular Guys? Why am I putting out these videos? For some of it, we've got a lot of new people dropping by the channel lately, and I certainly appreciate that. I love it. That's why I'm doing it. My name is David. I have been a sports talk. I've been in the sports talk media basically for about 10 years of my life, both on the writing side, but mainly in the radio business, and got into playing daily fantasy about a year and a half ago, and that's basically what we're doing now. Putting out content for DFS and playing daily fantasy. And the reason I make these videos is because I am living proof that you do not have to be a professional DFS player. You can be a regular guy and you can still make money and have a lot of fun playing daily fantasy. So that's what I focus on now, is daily fantasy, along with some other media projects that I do here in the recording studio. But so that's who I am. And that's the point of me making these videos. And so we got a great comment yesterday. Yesterday's pick six stunk. Took a chance. Didn't go well. And if you guys know, if you've been following along at all, you know that I play in GPP tournaments on DraftKings. I haven't played on FanDuel, haven't played on Yahoo, but the premise being the same. I play in GPP tournaments. So we're always looking for a way to get a little bit different, because that's generally the guys that take down the GPP tournaments are the guys that find a little bit different avenue than everybody else, but of course still find guys that are productive. Yesterday's DFS, and I think it was William that left the comment yesterday. Yesterday's pick six was too cute, and he's right. It was. We are at a point now in the season where today's the perfect example. We don't know who's in. We don't know who's out. We don't know who cares. We don't know who doesn't care. We don't know who's going to play 15 minutes before tip-off. So really, we're going to have to focus on the guys that we're really sure, or pretty sure, you never know 100% sure, that's why this is gambling, who's going to be productive. But getting too cute, trying to get way too different for these last three slates of the season is probably not the way to go. Teams are tightening their lineups down now, their rotations, I should say. They're not running as deep rotations, or the teams that have nothing to play for. The main guys are sitting out, and those lineups are starting to tighten up as well, because we've only got a certain amount of guys that are playing the big minutes every night. So we need to stay a little bit more focused, I think, for these next three slates, guys, on some of the guys that we're pretty sure can be productive. Try and get different in one or two spots, and hopefully that's good enough to take down some money. Yesterday was the first time in 5 days, 5 consecutive slates, that we cashed $0. That we didn't at least make something back. And most of the days have been a profit as far as, more than we spent on our contest entries. And a couple of those days were really good. Yesterday just was not. And we had someone leaving some comments down below that I appreciate very much, and he's right. We just got a little too cute yesterday. So I got a lot of stuff to do with this graduation. This day has been crazy. This is the third time, if I seem a little bit flustered here, this is the third time I've recorded this video today. Because just when I get ready to put something out, I get more news about certain guys that are sitting out that aren't going to play today. For example, I was all set to come on here and tell you that I thought Jonas Valanciunas would be a great play today, a great pivot today, and a great matchup. And as I'm recording the video, my phone lights up, and basically Memphis is going to sit out every player, every starter that they have. So you're going to have to watch throughout the day and see what other news comes out, guys. I do want to mention a couple things. We talked about not getting too cute. Before I get into the pick six, the last thing I want to mention is today's one of those days. Don't worry too much about your remaining salary. I know a lot of us get caught up in, oh gosh, I've got $800 left. Where can I bump that up and get a little bit higher value player? There is so much value right now that it's not even about fitting in necessarily the right studs. It's about finding the right value that is going to be productive tonight. So if you've got remaining salaries even over $1,000, $1,500 tonight, I really wouldn't get that stressed out about it because so many teams are sitting high dollar players that the real key to tonight's slate is going to be able not just getting, there's plenty of value, but we got to find the right ones. So let's see if we can do that a little bit. Let's get into today's pick six. I don't want to take up too much of you guys this time. And again, I've got a graduation to get back to here, graduation planning, but I am going to play tonight's slate. I love tonight's slate. And we're going to start with the free square, and he's almost $13,000, but I know what I'm getting from Russell. Oh, I hate when DraftKings does this. If you're not in the right spot, I know what I'm getting from Russell Westbrook. Okay, I'm going to get playing every play like it's his hair's on fire. I'm going to get maximum effort. I'm going to get big minutes. Washington is still trying to improve their status within these playoffs or these play-ins or whatever. It's a great matchup against Cleveland. And unless Washington just comes out and blows them out right away, I'm going to spend the nearly $13,000 in salary and play Russell Westbrook because, again, I know what I'm getting out of Russell Westbrook. So he's kind of the free square, and now we just kind of start guessing a little bit. I did not expect Lakers glass. They would be best if they didn't worry about getting into the top 6, 7. But anyway, I'm kind of surprised Nikola Jokic hasn't been ruled out yet. And I'm still kind of waiting on that. If they don't rule him out, if Jokic does play today, he's obviously a great play. We would worry about blowout against Detroit. But, even if he played 30 minutes, Jokic can score 60 points in 30 minutes. But I'm going to go ahead and give my man Joel Embiid one more try. And here's why. I see he's probable today. And what we kind of found out this morning, yesterday he was just terrible. And a couple of games leading up to that, he really hadn't been playing very many minutes. And then yesterday he played no minutes or hardly any minutes at all, scored 6 points. It sounds like he's been sick, like he's had the flu. So I didn't expect him to play today. But now that I see he's probable, I think what's going to happen here is I'm pretty sure if Philadelphia wins one of these next 2 games that they have left on the schedule, and they're both against Orlando, I'm pretty sure if they just win one of them, they've locked up the number 1 seed in the West, in the East. So my thought process here playing Embiid is they're going to come out tonight. They're going to play Embiid. They're going to go full out. Try and get this win against Orlando and then rest everybody for the last game of the season. So I know he was terrible last night, and that's why I think maybe he won't get quite as high of ownership tonight. Combination of the minutes he'd been playing in the past and how bad he was yesterday and the fact that he's questionable. Maybe people just expect that he'll end up getting ruled out. But if Joel Embiid plays tonight, I'm going to take a chance that he's going to have one more monster game. Try and get his name back in that MVP and put this Orlando team away, lock up the number 1 seed, and then probably rest on either Saturday or Sunday when they play. So the next guy we're going to look at is, as I told you, a lot of value is opening up, and we find out that Memphis is basically sitting their entire starting rotation. So we have lots of value from Memphis. The shooting guard position is a little iffy today, so I'm going to go to a guy from Memphis that has been pretty productive when he gets the minutes. He just hasn't gotten a lot of minutes, and I'm going to play John Concher in a good matchup against Sacramento. Now, if we look at Memphis, I don't know if DraftKings has updated this, but let's just look at their players. DeAnthony Melton would be another option also, but I think Melton and Contra will probably start side by side. So, Xavier Tillman is going to be a very popular play now with J-Val being out, and you can even look to guys like Justice Winslow, who might even end up getting a start tonight. But Constra's been a pretty good player when he gets the minutes. He certainly can score enough points to pay off this $3,700 price tag. So he's the value guard that I'm going to settle on in the pick six in a good matchup again against Sacramento. So a guy that I just love today, and I would love him even more if Jokic would sit out. My head is spinning about who can improve their positions and who can't, but Denver is still playing for something, as we mentioned earlier. Maybe that's why Jokic will play tonight. But he took the day off yesterday. He's going to be back today. We know Aaron Gordon is now going to miss. Campazzo is going to miss today, and I think there was one other person, but I don't think DraftKings has updated this. Aaron Gordon, PJ Dozier, Paul Millsap, we knew Barton was out, and Campazzo are now all out for Denver. I think Michael Porter Jr., I know he's expensive. I have a tough time paying $8,700 for MPJ, but he's been really productive. And basically everything's going to run through him and Jokic now with all of these other guys being out. If you're looking for value from Denver, certainly Monte Morris, if he plays today. I don't even know what the starting lineup's going to be. Austin Rivers certainly looks good with Campazzo out. So we have a lot of options here in the value area for Denver, but I'm going to go ahead and play Michael Porter Jr. here from Denver and hope he comes out with a big game. Again, a great matchup against Detroit, who's playing for nothing, and it looks like Denver has something to play. All these games have blowout potential, guys. They all have blowout potential. Well, not everyone, I guess, but so many of them on the slate have blowout potential. But MPJ has been so productive. Hopefully he can put up a good number for us, even if the game does blow out before he would come out and rest. The Clippers are resting everybody. I was all set to come on here. We had to restart the video because Reggie Jackson was going to be in my shooting guard position. I thought he was a fabulous value play today. But we're going to go ahead and stay on that same line of thinking, and we're just going to go ahead and put Rondo in. Now, again, you might play with this a little bit. It's a great matchup against Houston. They have two guards left as far as I can tell with Pat Beverly being out. So another guy you might look at from the Clippers, and you can save a full $1,000 in salary, is Yogi Ferrell. I know Pat Beverly is out. I think Mann was out. Serge Ibaka being doubtful. I think it was doubtful. Paul George, Kawhi Leonard have now been ruled out. So a lot of value here from the Clippers. I think Marcus Morris Sr. would be a great play today. Was Mann one of the ones that got ruled out? Anyway, you'll have to check into it. DraftKings hasn't updated everything since I started making this video, who's in, who's out. But there's certainly value from the Clippers today. Nicholas Batum, Luke Kennard, those type of players. But I'm going to assume that Rondo gets upward 30 to maybe 35 minutes since they're so short on guards. And we know Rondo can certainly pay off that price both these teams are going to be so extremely short-handed that there's just going to be guys. Houston's going to have to play a bunch of guys a bunch of minutes, and it looks like the Clippers are going to have to play a bunch of guys a bunch of minutes too. So hopefully Rondo gets enough minutes. But again, if you wanted to go to a Yogi Ferrell here and save $1,000, there's not much to look at here. But even if you go back 24 minutes, 25 fantasy points, 20 minutes, 21 fantasy points. If he gets significant enough minutes, he's proven that he can be a productive guy, and he's going to have to play minutes tonight. They're out of guards. So, but we're going to put Rondo in. And again, if you want to pivot, certainly up to you. And then I'm going to go ahead and put in a guy that I can't believe I'm going to put in. but he could be in line for a big game tonight, guys. Detroit is sitting Plumlee and Stewart, so that leaves Okafor and Tyler Cook as their two centers. They don't have any big men. They're going to need something down there to deal with Nikola Jokic if he plays tonight. So either one of these guys is probably a really good play. The nice thing about Cook is if you played him instead of Okafor, he could be the power in a forward position, and it opens up another utility spot here for another center or maybe another value guard. There are so many value guards today. Guards from Toronto, guards from Houston. There's not enough guard spots to fit in all the good value guards that we have for today. So this is going to be our pick 6 for today, guys. Obviously, you can play with it how you want, but these are guys that I'm pretty confident in are going to come out and have good enough games for us to hopefully get back and get into the money today. Westbrook, we're going to go with Concher, MPJ. Another thing I want to mention before I get out of here. Keep an eye on Cleveland today. I had to restart the first time I restarted the video because I came on here because my favorite play of the day was Kevin Love, coming off of a monster game last game. And I thought he would probably play a similar amount of minutes. I didn't think he was going to be very high owned. I didn't think a lot of people would go back to him. So I loved Kevin Love. Now he gets ruled out. So Cleveland is starting to run out of guys today too. If Darius Garland plays today, I like Darius Garland. If he doesn't play, even if he does a little bit, Cedi Osman from Cleveland is certainly an option that you can look to today that can put up big numbers. And then Colin Sexton. If Garland and Osman both sit, I hate paying $8,600 for Colin Sexton because I don't know when Colin Sexton's ever really been in the winning lineup that took down a GPP, like a guy that you just had to have. But so much of the usage he will get tonight if those two guys are out. He's even going to get a bunch of it even if, one of them is out and maybe even if both of them play. But I have a tough time paying. I think he's like $8,600 or $8,800. But anyway, I have a tough time paying. Where is he? Colin Sexton. Right there. Yeah, $8,300. But it's a super matchup against Washington. I love targeting guys against Washington. So having some Cleveland in your lineup today is not a bad idea. And then keep an eye on Golden State because I don't think they're going to play Steph and Draymond and all those guys. You're going to want some Golden State maybe today. A guy like Jordan Poole, Toscano Anderson. There's so much value to choose from here, guys. It's going to be picking the right value and then seeing if we can pick the one or two studs that are playing for something that might still have a good game. So play with this how you want. These are guys that I'm pretty confident in. These 6 guys, I'll fill in the other 2 spots later, but will be in one of my 2 lineups tonight. This is today's pick 6. So before you get out of here, thank you for joining me. I know this video went a little bit longer, but we had a lot of stuff to talk about. Once again, if you'd hit the like button, subscribe button, notification bell, leave a comment down below to enter yourself into the $25 DFS drawing that we're going to announce that Sunday before we do the video for the main slate for the final game of the regular season. So either follow me on Twitter at SandoDFS and retweet the post that has the link to the Regular Guy DFS show on YouTube in it. That's one way to enter the drawing. Or just leave a comment down here below. Any comment that you want. Hey, you suck. Hey, I enjoy the videos. Whatever. I've heard it all. Like I said, I've been a sports talk host for almost 10 years. You can't hurt my feelings. I've been called a lot of things. So either way, leave a comment or do a retweet on Twitter when we put that post out if you follow me, and you'll enter your name into that drawing. Good luck to all of us tonight, certainly you, and let's get back on a winning streak, and we'll talk to you guys again tomorrow. Thank you very much for joining us on the Regular Guy DFS show. See you tomorrow.